I've just left Chatham Harbour, which is the northwest area of Union Island. That's just around that point that we're leaving. I'm moving along the north shore of Union Island in the Grenadines, heading towards Clifton Harbour, which is in the northeast area. This will be the first windward port that I've gone into, because generally the anchorage and conditions, etc., are just untenable. However, they have a reef surrounding the harbor, and I'm told it's actually supposed to be very good. Would allow me to get some provisions, and I've run out of some things. You can see that there are some bays on the island that we're moving along. It was a fairly typical day out here. We are in the Windward Islands, so you do get a constant strong breeze. I believe it was running just about 8 to 9 knots. And the sun was out, and here we are in Clifton Harbour. I'm at anchor, just actually an excellent location off of several dinghy docks, and that's a hotel there, I believe called the Anchorage Inn, and that's their dock, and next to it is the Bougainvillea dock, which also has accommodations and a restaurant. And then that's the main town straight ahead. As you can see, it looks relatively calm, which is, you'll notice also my wind generator is going like crazy. The wind is fairly strong, and it was good because it did recharge all my batteries. But at night it seemed to get a bit stronger, and it made it somewhat uncomfortable and a little bit nervous, for fear that the anchor might drag. It was not possible to really dive on it here because it's too cloudy. And out here, you can just see the line of reefs. See the curl of the water straight ahead there. And that goes about halfway around the harbor. So it definitely is calmer than it is on the other side of the reef, but very strong winds. We're in the main part of the town now. It's a pretty little place. Quite a few arts and crafts shops, of course, selling the usual things, t-shirts, etc. And you'll see again the wind is blowing fairly strongly, and that's typical. This is the local market. All the little booths here selling fresh fruits and vegetables, etc. And here we can see the City Grill, which is actually upstairs in that building. Again, this is the market area where the fruits and vegetables are sold. They set up there each day. This is a little bit in the island history. Hopefully you can read that. It is interesting history back here. Of course, originally settled by Indians and then were slaughtered by the French and the Spanish. These are some of the shops along the main street. There's really only one main street here. I walked up to the end and went up a hill because there is another small town called Ashton over the hill, and we're looking back into Clifton, which is, of course, where I'm anchored. I have found the prices here to be a bit better than the last few islands that I've been to. We're now looking out on the anchorage, and off in the distance is another small island called Palm Island. It has an absolutely gorgeous white sand beach, but it is privately owned, although they allow you to go there and use the facilities, etc. But you're anchoring directly out in the channels, so it isn't really a place you want to spend a heck of a lot of time, maybe stopping for lunch and use the beach, etc. And this is the main town dock right here, looking back along the main street and the main square. There are probably about 4 small grocery stores or convenience stores here. Interestingly enough, none of them have a deli. They don't sell cold meats at all. Makes it a little difficult on the restocking. And a lot of things are very limited in what you can get. They tell me that the island does not have a desalination plant, which I find very hard to understand. Evidently, they do not have any fresh water on the island, so they bring everything in. And again, that just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me as to why they don't have a desalination plant.